Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Friday lunch session. Thank you for joining me. We're going to take about 45 minutes to an hour, tops. We're going to look at the markets and talk to you about a couple things. One of the main things I want to talk to you about, and I asked two of the traders here from NOFT to join me, is why am I even doing this, right? What's the purpose? And I had a great question about this through one of the emails is, why don't you just take what you know and make all the money in the world? Or just, why are you showing and sharing this information? And I personally, I think it's a great question. And it's a question that I had as well. And Bill and Lee will talk to you or verify that I had problems in the beginning releasing some of this information. Right, guys? I struggled with it, didn't I? There is a lot of proprietary information in this, and it's true. But the minimal impact that this will have, even if everybody that I've presented to has bought the NOFT, it's a minimal impact on the market. Very, very small. We are still a drop in the bucket. But we will be, you automatically enter into the top 1 to 5% of successful traders. And you still have a huge population, 90% of them, 95% who are just always going to be failures in trading completely because they're looking at the wrong stuff. Or they're only looking at part of the picture, not the complete picture. And then lastly, this thing is only about 6 months old. So I don't plan on doing this for more than a few months. And the reason being is I'm now using it because I've seen the success that this has had over anything else that I've been involved with. Whether it's a mentor or another strategy that I've bought or whatever. There's no other strategy that I've seen personally that has seen this kind of success so quickly. And the idea was, why don't I take or use this tool as a filter to create a strategy with like-minded traders and trade as a hedge fund with leverage and direct access and low commissions, and then we can trade positions and scalp for income. And as a hedge fund manager, I will make more money than I could ever make as a day trader. So that is the main purpose. And when this goes, this is days away from going on to the professional platform, X-Trader platform, which is the same platform that JP Morgan and Goldman uses. This is days away from doing it. And I will be busy managing the hedge fund at that time. So I want to just clarify the reasons why I'm doing this. Now, this is not going to go on forever. This is very limited. But again, that's as far as I am concerned. Now, I partnered with Ninja Caters, which is an indicator company. That is where the support comes from. That is where everything comes from. I am simply using it as a filter for myself. Okay? So I'm self-serving, of course. But in so doing, I have found it's very difficult to find traders. It's like, hi, Andreas. It's like traders like herding cats. There's so many different styles and programs out there. And there's actually one very, very, everyone knows this one program out there where people trade on sim and they have to pass these risk management levels, and then they quote unquote go to junior trader, then and they get funded. Well, the probabilities of success is so small on that it's actually unrealistic. And the reason being, the flaw in that, I don't need to name any names. I'm not interested in that. There's one thing, is that there's always a good quality to something. And what I do is I take all the good qualities and I make it a complete package. And that's what I've done with myself, with my trading, and with sharing this knowledge. That's what I do. I don't recreate the wheel. Looking at numbers in the markets, numbers and order flow in the markets were well before indicators. Indicators didn't become popular until the late 70s and 80s. Order flow has been around for the beginning of bartering, and during the 19th century with reminiscence of a stock operator. He talks exactly about order flow and how to trade order flow. And I highly recommend you guys go back to that Bible and read it and reread it. But one of the problems is, if I'm building a hedge fund, or if someone's really going to give you trading firm capital, and let me just clear this so that no one thinks I'm talking about them, because I'm not. There's others out there. It's not just them. But if someone is really going to give you their money, believe you me, they're not going to let you trade any strategy you want. The real test is to find out, is your risk management, can you work with risk management? And that's the number one thing that a successful trader does, is manage their risk first and identify their risk before putting on a trade. And that is exactly what the NOFT is designed to do. It's to give you that objective, not subjective, look at the market so that you can measure, it's measurable, measure your risk before you get on the trade, and then measure your risk within the trade. That is a true successful trader. And the one thing that's missing from a lot of the folks that are saying, we're going to give you capital, just buy a program or whatever, is that you can't do that as a hedge fund. You have to have everybody on board with the same strategy. Think of Richard Dennis and the Turtle Traders. Search it if you haven't read about it. But that's what I'm doing. I've developed a strategy. I have an efficient platform to put it onto so that we're all looking at the same things. Okay? And then and only then can the firm control risk as a whole. Because you can't have one hand doing, one trader doing one thing and another trader doing the exact opposite and not have an idea what they're doing. No, it's not. Absolutely not. It's not indicative of you using or becoming a part of a hedge fund or becoming a professional trader. The whole idea of all of us, and correct me if I'm wrong, in getting into the markets is to make money. Right? So who is most successful at making money? Institutions, hedge funds, or everybody else? And just like I said, I don't recreate the wheel. Why wouldn't you want to emulate exactly what they do or follow what they do in your own trading? Correct me if I'm wrong.